Okay, good. So let's start this evening. I want to first and foremost sincerely appreciate every one of you who has been on this call, who has been from the beginning of this training to date. Thank you so very much, firstly, because it takes a lot of, you could see at times, this is a challenge we have today in our country. People want to fix a long-time challenge or problem overnight. People want magic. People just want just do one kind magic, things just go away. Today we are all in Nigeria right now. We can see the chaos, the menace, the breakdown of our system rapidly, faster than what we can imagine. Now, whatever the Tinubu administration is facing right now, do you agree that is an accumulation of what was not attended to on time? Who agree with that? You can just put on a chat box, just put yes or no. Do you agree there's an accumulation of pile up things that people thought magic should have happened? People felt it would just go away on its own naturally. Okay, thank you, Mr. for saying yes. So let's start with that this evening, because I will not be coming here to teach this evening. I want to come from the angle of whereby let us discuss our businesses practically this evening. Look at what we should do. No slide, nothing. We're going to look at our business hands-on. Look at hands-on solution that can, because with the way Nigeria is going right now, we need an emergency solution for business owners. We need people, we need proactive actions right now. That is where we are right now as a country. It's not a function of let's just assume this will go off. This is not going off anytime soon. If the chances of our system collapsing fully from now to June is high. So what happened to the business owners? What do we do as business owners? If at the stand today, the system is on reversal, so what do we do? So you can unmute your mic. Let's start with that first. Do you think the current reality on ground, do you think with the current reality on ground, what's your take about that? Do you think that is an accumulated issues from time, or is something that these people would have been able to fix for us ASAP? Who is speaking? Just 2 minutes of your opinion. What is your take? And how do you think business owner can go through what we are having right now? Who is speaking? So I want this class to be lively and engaging. Now, if you know you will not engage, kindly just log out. We'll understand. There's no need for us to gather here. One person, I just teach and we just assume and just go. Because if you're in a busy place, just type your opinion on the chat box. But if you know you're going to do, with the current reality of Nigeria right now, what do you think as a business owner you can do to put your business in the right place? Mr. Kopa, good evening, sir. Bohari Ududu, good evening. Dr. Uchi, good evening. Ephraim, good evening. John Glad, good evening. Chimbali, good evening. So who is speaking? Hello, can you hear me? From my team, Temba, Nat, Blessing, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. I want to be sure of my audio. So if it happens that nobody responds from the participants, that's good that people log in and you're not participating. That is, it's very possible you just logged in and you left your phone or your laptop somewhere. If you're online, please, can we do something first? I would have said, let you open your camera. Let me see you directly. But I don't know if you're in a conducive environment. But if you know you are on this class, can you just chat, put a chat box, chat on the chat line? So let's do that within 3 minutes, or we can call this class and end for this evening so that we reschedule it for next week, which should be the last day for this class. Okay, thank you so much. They say, I just joined, my network is poor. Thank you so much, man. Dr. Tucha, are you here? Mr. Echo Power, are you on this call? Mr. Chamberlain, are you on this call? A network. Everybody's complaining about network. Okay, good. So amidst the current reality of Nigeria right now, I want us to look at this clearly and understand where we are as a country, what we need to do, and how we need to do it. Now, the first point is this. You need to go back and first start doing things more of your proactive measures. That is where we are today. The current Nigeria today demands that we should start taking proactive steps as business owner. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you intend to do or you will do, is now you start doing those things in your businesses. You need to look at, are you overstaffed? What is your vendors arrangement like? The people that supplies you, what is your support? What is your arrangement like with them? It's time for you to go back and start reviewing a whole lot of transactions. It's time for you to look for how to ease off the heavy burden weight in your business right now. Those things eating up your business. If you have started your business, you need to look at what are those things? What are those burdens, financial burden right now in your business? This is what takes us to what we said last time, your circle of concern, your circle of influence, and your circle of control. You can't do everything and anything this time in this economy right now. If you truly want to scale your business. Okay, thank you so much, doctor. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Chamberlain. At this point, we can't do anything and everything and think the business will scale up. No, it will be suicidal. It will be disastrous. It's the time for you to be clear of what you want to do, how you want to do it, and when you need to do it. Because with the current inflation in Nigeria right now, every decision that you delay will come for you. Every decision that you delay, every decision that you waste time on will come for you. So what is the point? First, look at what are the things that is in our circle of control. Let's start with that before now come to the things that outside our circle of control in Nigeria right now. As a business owner, in your business right now, I believe you have a lot of things that you can say these are within my control. So let's type those things in a chat box, the things that are within your control, please. Let's do this exercise here this evening. What are the things that are within your control as a business owner right now? Because price of things are skyrocketing every day. Things are jumping up. Even the government seems to have lost track and control of what they are doing with our economy. So let's start with this. What are the things that are within your control? Can you all see my screen? Thank you so much, Mr. Chamberlain. Good. Now, one way we can scale through as business owner amidst this current reality is to look at this circle again. The first one, talking about your circle of concern, your circle of influence, and your circle of control. This is what we're talking about this year. We've done a whole lot of teaching, a whole lot of groundbreaking teaching. Let's look at what's happening today in our country. How do we scale through? Please, you can take this picture and put it in your office or wherever you want to put it. One is your circle of concern. You don't have control over the volatile market right now. You don't have a control over that. That is a given already. In the sense that the price of things will keep going up because one, our government does not have a plan for immediate naira backup. Two, our GDP is low. By GDP, I mean our gross domestic product. We are not producing, we are just a consuming nation. Our FX transaction globally is falling. So with all these things around, the insecurity in Nigeria right now, the cost of transportation and logistics for getting your raw materials from point A to point B is being affected by the kidnappers. This is the current reality right now in Nigeria. So how do you control this thing? Now, all those things fall under your circle of control, concern. The kidnappers, the farmers that could not go to farm to produce what you're doing. If you're into importation, the custom duty has been raised about 1,002 right now from 900 and something. You don't have control over those things. And it will keep going up. So let's know what is the area of influence? What are those things you have immediate influence around right now in your business? What are those things you can look at right now in your business? And so you know what? This is what it is. I have influence around. You have influence around your staff. It's time for us to start cutting down our operational costs. Our overhead costs, we need to look at that seriously right now. Because the era of pity party is gone. If not, you will sink with the economy. So the first thing you need to look at here is what? Look at what's your area of influence. Are you overstaffed? Are you having some line of business right now that are not productive? Let's say you're into production. There's a particular line of business right now that is currently not viable for you. Please shut down that thing right now, I beg of you. This is not the time for us to waste our resources. If you remember, I said something about the 4 key resources. Who remember that? Type it on the chat board. If you remember the 4 key resources I talked about the last time. The 4 key resources. Let me know how many of us are really engaging in all our training. I talked about the 4 key resources. Who can type that on our chat box, please? Let me get, if you can remember, go through your book, go through your journal, whatever you've written, and share with me the 4 key resources. Who's typing it in? Good. Let me give 3 minutes. Let me see who's going to type that in. Can you all hear me clearly? Hope you are hearing me let's start with the audio. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you. So who is typing? Minus my team members. You're not allowed to type here. I want the participant to type here clearly. I want you to type in the 4 key resources. Let me see those of us that actually have attended this class, have taken time to take notes, and truly, my voice is breaking. I don't know of that, but okay, ma. So I'm asking, what are the 4 key resources in our business? I talked about it some time ago. Let me see who is typing that. You are with your jotter. So let this be like an aptitude test right now. Let me know those of us that actually have written what we talked about. Those of us that actually understand what we're doing all this while. The 4 key resources to your business. Okay, because of time factor, which I will say I'm a bit disappointed that we attend this class, we come in here, and it seems we just come in to just listen and go, and it's bad. Number 1 of your resources is what? Your financial resources. Your financial resources. That's what I talked about. If you remember vividly what I talked about. Your financial resources. That are your first key resources in this economy. Your financial resources. Okay, thank you, Mr. John Glad. I appreciate this. Fantastic. Okay, type it in. Your financial resources, your intellectual resources, your material resources. Thank you for that, sir. Now, this is the era you need to focus on these resources in your business. Your financial resources, your material resources. Thank you, doctor, for that. Good. Your human resources, financial resources, intellectual resources, and material resources. Please. This economy does not give you room for you to waste your material resources anymore. That is to say, you must plan before you use. You don't say, let's see how it goes. And one way you can skate through this economy, for you to retrain your staff, you have to retrain your staff. You have to retrain your staff. You have to retrain your staff for waste management. For waste what? Waste management. Waste management, waste management, waste management. Because a staff that does not understand how the economy is biting you as a business owner does not care. Their goal is, Oga have it, so we should waste it. They might not intentionally want to waste it, but this time for us to go back and look at our production manual. What does it cost us to produce X, Y, Z? What is the duration for us to do A, B, C, D? What is the time turnaround to complete a task? Because every time you delay on a task, the economy will punish you for it. You can just put anything. If you know you're getting value, just type anything on the chat box. Whatever it is, if you learn so far, just type on your chat box. This economy right now will punish you for your action and inactions. So meaning, the more time you delay due to indecision right now in the current inflated system, you'll be punished for your indecision. So we talk about the 4 key resources: your human resources, financial resources, material resources, and intellectual resources. Thank you, Mr. John Glad. These 4 is the key resources that you need right now in your business. These 4. The first point is that knowing these 4 key resources is the most important thing. But let me get a barrel and pen. I want to write down something. Good. So the first point is this. I talked about it 4. I'm going to take it all over again. Okay, I want us to get this class clearly this evening, because this is our second. After today, we're meeting on Saturday next week. That will be the end of this whole training session. That will be the end of our class so far. Talk about the 4 key resources that you should pay attention to in your business. Number 1, the human resources. Number 2, your financial resources. Number 3, your intellectual resources. Number 4, your material resources. Good. In this economy where we are right now in Nigeria, you need to go back and reevaluate it. Let's start with your financial resources first. You will agree with me that your 1 million naira have no value right now. Your 1 million naira right now, as of tomorrow morning, it's going to depreciate the more. So what does this mean? You need to take what? Proactive steps. Go and do bulk buying. If you're into production, do what? Bulk buying. I'll give an example. Now, I have something I'm working on right now. And I bought a bag of Smiths just October. No, October is far. Ending October to November, I bought a bag of Smiths for the rate of 4,400. Today, a bag of Smiths is going for 10,000 naira. And I need about 900 bags of Smiths. Please do the math for me. Let's do that math together, please. 10,000 times 900. How much is that from your own calculation? Who is typing it here? Check and type. Let's do the math quickly. Who is typing, please? 10,000 times 900. Good. Your guess is as good as mine. It's a simple arithmetic math. You should know it. I know not everybody that went to math class. So that is 9 million naira. Is my audio clear? Can you hear me, please? Hello?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Good. Thank you. So that is 9 million naira. As against the 4.5 million naira I used to buy before now. So what happened? A gap of about 4.5 million naira I've added in less than 7 months. In less than 7 months. Some of you are into production right now. Go to the market and buy and see what happens. So what does this mean? Other your financial resources, please. The one way out from the current Nigeria situation now is bulk buying. Write it down in your book. Bulk buying. And somebody is going to tell me right now, what if you don't have money to buy in bulk? What do we do? Go back and look at what your minimum viable product. We talked about it the last time in our training. Your MVP. What is that minimum viable product people are buying from you? What is that thing that moves traffic? Check it very well. Then collapse the other line of business and focus on this economy is for you to focus on your minimum viable product right now. Not what you think you can do. It's what is actually giving you money. That's what you focus attention on right now, this inflation. That's for your financial resources. Then for your financial resources, you need budgeting. Budgeting. Write it down. Please type it on the chat box. Write I need budgeting on your chat box. I need budgeting. Who is typing it there? I need budgeting. I just typed mine. Who is typing it there? I need budgeting. Who is typing it there? Let me see it coming. We're about 16 of us on this call right now. Let's type it in. Mr. Adeniyi, Mr. Ruben, Mrs. Dodo or Mr. Dodo, Mr. Echo Power, V Global, Ezekiel Ifoma. I'll just type that right there. Mr. Jude, Mr. Tochi, Ephraim, John Glad. Let's type it there. I need budgeting. I need budgeting. Good. Now, budgeting is the only way to go right now in this economy. Budgeting. Yes, I know someone will be asking, how can I budget for what I buy today? For example, in my farm now, a bag of feed this year was about 10,000 for at the beginning of this year. Now it's now 11,800. So how do you tell me to budget for that kind of thing? What do I do? That's why we need to do what? You need to have, what? A budget surplus. Now I explain that right now. The budget surplus means when you assume that something is going to be 1 naira and the thing now happen to be 50 kobo. Now you already have extra. Now where we are right now, whatever it is, take time to itemize everything in line with your production. Everything in line with your production, your value chain production process. Take that time to analyze and put all those things together and cost it based ×2 of what it is you bought today. In my heart of mind, what I'm doing right now in our farm, a bag of feed is 11,800, but I'm working with 15,000 naira in my mind. That's a worst case scenario. You work with what? 15,000 naira, that's what I'm working with right now in my mind as the worst case scenario. This is not the time for you to go and start praying in your shop. It's the time for you to start pouring anointing oil in your shop, tying matto, quoting Psalm 91. The town shall fall in my right hand side, 10,000 on my left hand side. It will get to you in this economy. Don't bring Bible. It's wisdom we need this time. You pray for God's wisdom for creativity, not for prevention. Yes, I know they've told you in your church that in the land of Egypt, Goshen flourished in Egypt. Thank you for that. We believe in miracles. But God will not do for man what man can do for himself. God will not do for man what man can do for himself. It's not a Bible scripture. I don't know who had that quote, but I believe that it's a valid quote right now. Reading your Bible is good. Open heaven is possible. God will favor us. There are a lot of things that can happen. We believe in those things. My name is Abraham and I believe in God. We pay tithes, we do everything. But wisdom is spiritual to direct. That is to say, what do we do now? One, you need to first and foremost have a budgeting system to enable you track all your costs. Then two, budgeting system. Then number two, under your finance, you need to do what? Stock inventory. Stock inventory. Yes. You need to take inventory of what you have right now. Even though you are into products, even though you're into services. Thank you, Mr. John Glad, for quoting. Thank you. So, if you are not serious, I report to your pastors. When I say no limit, I'll report you up. So, let's continue now. You need to take a stock inventory because Peter Drucker says something. He said, whatever you cannot measure, you cannot manage. So, it's time for you to go back to that your shop that looks so scattered. That place you've piled things up that look like a dumping yard. You need to go and reevaluate those things. Some of you are living in the phobia of imagination. You think you have stock in your warehouse. Those things are outdated. Let's look at your cost of labor. Go and take a proper stock inventory. Reshuffle your staff. It's not the time for you to have liability as staffs. No. Yes, sack them. What will they eat? They'll go home and pray. God will open the room for them in their house. So don't bring, this is not the economy, this is not the time. So what do you need now? You need few hands that are credible. So you do what? Stock inventory and staff inventory. Stock inventory and staff inventory. Those are the two things you need to do right now. Go look at your stock. What do I have right now? For you that is into services, you don't have stock you can itemize. Look at your services. What kind of service can I offer right now in line with the current reality in Nigeria? As a doctor, let's take the guys in the medical field. Yes, your business will always boom. But what exactly drives traffic right now? What is your MVP? The guy that is into construction, client might not be calling you right now because things are going off the rough. Rods, to buy rod now, God knows how much to buy rod. Granite, sand, sharp sand, those things are skyrocketing every day. What do? It's not time for you to start offering advice to your clients. We need to buy things in bulk. That is the first, budgeting. I'm talking about what? Stock inventory and staff inventory. Those are the things that are around, those are the things that is in what? Your circle of influence. Those are the things that in what? Around your circle of influence in your business. The next thing to look at what? You need to look at what? Diversifying. Some of us are struggling because we are perpetually in the wrong, we've locked, we are like clean, we've gotten so hardened. It's the business I've been doing for the past 10 years. So what do you want me to do? How do I diversify at this old age? Please, you can diversify, think through. If you need a one-on-one session, you can chat me up, we'll do a one-on-one session for you. People like Dangote to Melu, they are not feeling this economy right now because they have multiple streams of income in their business. Melu have UBA, he have a electricity gas plant in Delta. He has Transcorp heating. He have what's the name of this other insurance company? Dangote have multiple stream of incomes. So most people that are feeling this economic hit as business owners are those people that have one stream of income. So what do I mean? You need to diversify. Think through what you want to do, to think how best can I diversify. That is for your financial resources there. I'm talking about diversifying. Then the fourth one I'm looking at also under financial resources will be what? Finance management. Budgeting is not the same thing as finance management. Some of us, our problem right now is that we are living in regret. Because when your business was booming, you did not plan ahead. You believe that manna will continue forever. Some of you in your closet right now, you are regretting deep down of your heart. I wish I did this thing the other time. I heard of a parable by the Chinese, by the Japanese. Say what? The best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. And the next right time is right now. Meaning the next 20 years to come, that palm tree must have grown. All right, is that? The best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. The next best time to plant it is right now. Please, can we type it on the chat box? We are about 18 of us on this call. I need minimum 10 people to type that Japanese parable right now. The best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. The next best time to plant it is right now. I need somebody from us to write that on the chat box there. The best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. The next best time to plant it is right now. Who is typing it there? I'll explain why. You already know why I'm explaining it. Who is bringing it? Is it network? Thank you, Mr. Ruben, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ruben Adeola. I say the best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago, and the next best time is right now. Although what you wrote is not complete, it's network. The best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. The best next time to plant it is right now. Who is writing it completely? We're 18 of us on this call. So let's assume that network will make it start pouring in right now. The best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now. What does this thing really mean? That wishful regret you're having right now. Thank you, blessing. Up with it. So the best time to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now. Those things you could not get right in your business when it was booming because you felt that manna will remain forever. Don't beat yourself over those wishful regrets. The question now be, what next? How much do I have right now in my account? What can I do with what I have right now? Because the money, thank you, Dr. Tucci. Thank you, Mr. John Glad. The money you kept in the money you are keeping in your account right now, inflation is going to hit it so hard by tomorrow morning. So what do we mean by this? Forget what have happened since last year. How much do you have right now? Do you have equipment that are redundant in your office? Do you have things you're not using in your office? Please sell them off right now. Those, like, let me look for Mr. There was someone that says he was into garment testers or so one time. I don't know if he's starting our training. I'm trying to look at put that into production. I don't know if it's on this class. There's a man that's sitting from Benin or so. Good. Please go back into your warehousing. Look for the things that you know you don't need anymore. Sell them out as scrap value. Every 50 kobo right now count. Every money count. Every money count right now in this economy. I know most of us, we don't have scrap value depreciation in our business, in accounting. Please go back. I don't know if Mr. Jude, are you on this call? I'm not seeing everybody. I know you were in the beginning of this call. Mr. Jude, are you on this call? I don't know if he's still here. Good. Go back and look at what you have right now as assets. Those machines are not working. Those machines that is giving you headache all the time, you are fixing and fixing. Even though that is the only thing you have right now, look for how to maintain and upgrade immediately. That's under what? Your financial management. Some of you, your problem is that you brought pleasure into your business. You have some bad habits of spending your business money because you are the CEO. As I said before, this Nigeria economy will punish you for your indecision right now. The Nigeria economy will punish you for your okay, thank you, Mr. Jude, sir. Nigeria economy, okay, Mr. Jude, thank you, sir. Good. The Nigerian economy is going to punish you for your indecision right now. With the way we are right now, the things you fail to do right now, the economy is going to punish you tomorrow morning. And if you don't do it tomorrow morning, they punish you next. Anytime you choose to do it, they're going to punish you for it. So what do we do? So go back and do stock inventory. Look at what you have. Those materials, those equipment, those things you have right now in your place, go and reevaluate them. Which one is giving you a direct production and production to what you are doing? Anyone that is of no direct value, please let it go. Look at your staff workforce. How many people are actually contributing to the bottom line? Those errant people you have in your place, let them go. The era we are now is better you have 4 people that can help you achieve things quickly, speedily, around the turnaround time. Then you have 10 people that will waste time, that will cost you money. I'll recap. You need budgeting. You need to do stock evaluation. You need to do staff evaluation, stock inventory. You need to what? Have a proper budget system, finance management. All these falls under what? Your financial resources. Now, what? Your material resources. Now, this is not the era of you think the client understand what you want to do for them. This is the era of MOU. Type it there. MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Type it there. MOU, MOU. Type it there. This is the time of MOU. This is the time for MOU. This is the time for MOU. Please type it there. This is time for MOU, clearly. This is time for you to tell clients, I'm going to produce this phone for you. If in 7 days' time we don't hear, we're going to review this price. Please let's type it there. This is time for MOU. Type it there under material resources. Material resources. Type it there. This is time for MOU. This is the time for MOU. Thank you, Mr. Global. Thank you, Mr. John Glad. Thank you. Good. This is not a time for somebody to chat you up and pay you half part payments. And the person disappear and reappear after 5 days. So let's continue. No, sir. This is not that era. This is the era of clarity. Please don't allow your children's school fees. Don't allow your house rent. Don't allow your family burden make you take offers that you cannot deliver on. Don't think because you're cooking gas It's now 15,000 naira. You need to pay rent. You now take offers that you cannot deliver, not because you are not good, but because the economy is eating you hard. So why do I say it's time for MOU? If a client call you this time around, Sama, please, we need specification. Specification. That's what we need right now. And tell them, if in 3 days' time we don't hear from you, we're going to review this price. If in 3 days' time, because the era of people giving you, say, out of 2 million, they give you 500 to go and start the work, you now pay as it goes. It's gone. That's why you must come in with a clear MOU with them. You might not need to write an MOU, but from your conversation, let's be clear. Is that good, please? Because if not, if you don't have a good MOU, you end up wasting your resources. I don't know who saw that thing on Facebook that a man gave. I was in Benin yesterday, from Thursday to yesterday in Benin. I was with my friend. He was showing me something on Facebook, or I don't know where he showed me from. That a man gave a Smith man 500,000 naira for Smith. I don't know how many bags of meat. Only for him to want to come back, the man said that the guy need to pay the current price. Who saw that thing on social media? It was trending for some days now that they should judge. Who saw it? Who read about that on social media, please? Come your mic and say yes or no. You can put on the chat box if you saw that drama happening. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. I said I had about it in church today. Good. Now, guess what? Thank you so much, Mr. Ruben. If they go to the court, that guy that gave that man that money will get those mates. Let's remove emotions. Because in business law, the one has consideration. The moment I give you something to do for me, is consideration already. So whether the economy goes up or comes down, you've taken my money because that period you kept that man's money. You would have used that thing for your business. You would have made interest on it. So please, this era of what? MOU and clarification. And on your own part, as a business owner, it's not time for you to delay. Speed is needed right now in Nigeria. Because every time a client asks you for something, you delay. You go to somebody else. Every time a client gives you money to do something, and you are there having a sluggish natural attitude towards it, it goes somewhere else. And if the client is a loyal customer, every time you are sluggish in what you are doing, the economy will punish you for it. For example, if somebody say, I need this bottled water right now. It's going for 1,000 naira. You are agreed. You're supposed to supply the person by tomorrow evening. And for God's sake, and for God no reason, your staff that was supposed to pack up this thing, say he forgot. And you don't have anyone in the store. By the time you're going to buy this thing next tomorrow, there's 15 naira additional to it. Who do you blame? The client or your staff? It's your staff. That's why I say what? It's time for you to retrain. Under material, you need to do retraining. Retraining. Write it down. Retraining. This time for you to retrain your staff and yourself. Please type on the chat board. This time I'm going to retrain myself and my staff. This is the time. Write it on the chat board. This is the time for me to retrain myself and my staff. Thank you. Type on the chat board. This is a time for me to retrain myself and my staff. Please type in it there. This time for me to retrain myself and my staff. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs. Buhari. I don't want to mix it up, but thank you so much. It's time to retrain yourself and your staff. Don't assume they know it. Don't assume that they are the experts. Because for every time they delay, so the time we need to do that, what? You need to have your turnaround time. Turnaround time for delivering. Tomorrow, have a meeting with your team members. Let them know. Don't say after all they have smartphone. No, some people are watching porn with their phone. Some people are on Today Edinod. Some people are in Yaba left. Some people are in a different way, gathering things that does not concern your business. So that's why you must take it as a duty as the CEO to retrain your staff. in align with the current economic situation in the company right now. How much are you buying material? Jungler is into fabric. How are you buying materials? Are your tailor aware of this? Are your staff aware of the cost of material right now? Because your staff are like your children. This evening, I was talking to my daughter on phone, and she tells me that she needs an aeroplane. We're talking, I said, Daddy, buy me an aeroplane when you are coming back. I said, okay, I'll buy an aeroplane. But between me and you, do you think the way I'm now having to buy an aeroplane, where do I have to buy a plane from? It's not her fault. She does not have the capacity to understand what is happening around the father. So some of your staff are like my 3-year-old child. They don't have the capacity to think what is happening around you. So that's why you need to retrain them tomorrow morning. Call them together tomorrow, Monday. Those one you have been running to start the business around 6 a.m. in the morning. Those jumping, rushing. Please pause for once. Pause for once. Hold on and reevaluate all what you are doing. Gather your team tomorrow. What is the cost of XYZ? How do we deliver swiftly on time? Some of you have the material. Some of you have what? The material. Now, this is now equal to the next one. R&D, research and development. Research and development. Please, you need to constantly go to the market to get current pricing right now. You need to constantly do what? Do price review. But please, in doing price review, don't end up cheating people, because karma will find without your address. In doing price review, don't cheat people. Don't pay because the economy is messing up right now. You end up in, yeah, some of you have stock in your place right now. Thank God for your smart move. But please, I will beg of you, do market research in your niche markets. Price research, I mean to say, do your profit margin. If this thing is 10 naira right now, please don't make it 15 naira, because just know you are stealing from somebody else. If this is 10 naira, the margin that is allowed should be at least 13 naira or 15 naira, justifying because of the inflation around that. Because karma will find without your address. Yes, Nigeria don't spoil. Everything does come out and finish. In Goshen, in the land of Egypt, the Israelites flourished through obedience. This is not church service. Through obedience. But Sha, you know what I'm talking about. So, research and development, this is what we need right now in your business. Please type it in the chat box again. I need research and development in my business right now. Type it there. I need research. I need research and development. I need research and development. I need research and development in my business right now. I need research and development in my business right now. Who is typing it there? Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I like the spirit of this class right now. Let's fire it in, please. Two persons have put plus me. Thank you. I need research and development right now in my business. This is not the era of you assuming. So your research is daily basis. How far the price go for your end. Do market review all the time. Market review. That is why at this point, communication is very important. You need a proper market review. You need to research and develop. This is what now bring about projections. But most of you don't have data in your business. So you cannot even track what is happening in your business right now. So some of you, your problem is lack of data in your business. You don't know the cost of what you bought. You don't know how things are going. Blessing, can you hear me? Blessing. I don't know if you're on this call. So most of the things you have right now should be first, research and development. You need a proper data entry in your business. That's what we taught yesterday. We have an accounting document that we talked about yesterday during the training, where we looked at a lot of things. Let me bring up something quickly. I show you people in my business what we are doing right now. Because I teach practical. I teach you what I do. I'm not teaching you from the blues. Please, you can see type it, you can see bring it typing, keep typing what I asked you to type there as I pull out this information quickly for us. Good. Please, if you can see what I'm sharing with you, just type I can see it. You can, I'm sharing my screen. I want to be sure that you are seeing it. Just type type whatever you can see on my screen right now. Just type whatever it is you can see on my screen. Thank you, doctor. I need to do that. Good. Can you type whatever you can see on my screen right now? Whatever it is you can see on this screen, type it and make sure that you are seeing what I'm sharing with you. Can you hear me, please? Can you type what you can see on my screen? Okay, perfect. Good. I don't need to just one pair to get me that. Good. So this is my farm record. This is what we are doing right now in my farm. This is 2024. Let's go to 2024. Wing 1, Wing 2, monthly profit and farm tracking. Please, sir, you need to track this thing. We need to track. Oh, this is not the time for you to just any emoji you do and they go. No, sir, it will not work. Oh. You need to track every day. You need that data. You need that data. Being a CEO, it goes beyond you just running around in your business and doing all of this business. No, sir. No, ma. You need data to track what you are doing in your business right now. You're able to track the movement of pricing in your niche markets. For example, now, let me bring up something quickly. I hope you're getting value this evening as we're going to, because this will be the last class before next week. I'm also opening for us to start sharing what we are, ask questions. Are you getting value so far? You can unmute your mic and just say yes or no. Not right, just unmute your mic if you're getting value thus far from what I'm teaching this evening. So good. So if you look at this now, if I bring us here under this farm tracker, this is how we track our prices every day in my farm right now. Every day. This is what we do. This is the aggressive way we are tracking this business. For example, as of January, how much was the price of what was the price of a bag of feed here? Who can see it here? Can you unmute your mic and share? How much was the bag here?
10,000.
10,000. Thank you so much, sir. So, if you look at, we do 10,000 here. That means the wing 1 only ate 30 bags. Like 10,000 that day. We produce how much? We produce 500 something and 55 crates of eggs. In that week alone, 1 week, our wing 1 took 210 bags. You see the way it's moving. From 10,000, the bag of it moved to 10,700. From there, it moved again. You see the way it's jumping up and down. You can see. This from 1 wing here. Let's come here, sir, ma. This is what we do in our business. Go back and start tracking. Now, just February, you could see a bag of it is how much? 11,300. Now it's now 11,800. Now, 15th, we've not put 15th. Now, maybe by next tomorrow, forget to 20. So what I've done now is that give and take by 29th of this month, a bag of it should hit at least 13,000 to 14,000 maximum. Sir, this is what you should do as a CEO right now. So go back to your business tomorrow and have a family meeting with your staff. If you don't have staff, have a family meeting with yourself. How do I project this business faster? Look at your cost, your overhead costs. Are you occupying too much office spaces? Do you need to give some place out right now as a sublet for you to generate income? This is what we need to look at as business owners, sir and ma. Now look at that also. Now looking at what? Your human resources. Talk about look at your intellectual resources. This is the era for us to diversify our knowledge. What are you doing right now? You can convert into consulting. If you're into products, What soft skills can you add to that product? If you are into production, what soft skills can you add? The guy from Benin, you've been into testers. I don't know if you do training in that area. I don't know if you stay on this. I'm not seeing everybody. Can you add trainings into that your business right now? Can you add consulting into that your business right now? Mr. Jude, you are into printing. Can you add printing, consulting, trainings into your business right now? This is the era of what? Diversifying. Diversifying. The economy is biting so hard. Naira will keep crashing until these guys have the wisdom to know what to do. Now we look at that now. We look at what? We talked about that. Look at what? I talked about something last time in our class. The VUCA strategy. VUCA. VUCA. Who remember this thing I talked about in our last class? Who remembered it? You can type if you remember it. If you remember what I talked about in our last class. I talked about this in our last class. VUCA. Let me see. Let me see how many people remember this. VUCA. The VUCA strategy. Let me see who remember this thing. Because this is like we're doing revision. I know we've talked about a lot of things, so people haven't forgotten a lot. The VUCA strategy. Who remember the full meaning of this? You can type it there. Let me see. Who remember this? If you know you're not typing, you can unmute your mic if you remember and share with us. If you remember this strategy I talked about, you can unmute your mic if you remember and share with us quickly. Now that the VUCA strategy I talked about, what? Because of time, volatility. Volatility. I know some of us remember now that I'm calling it already. This is what we can use right now as business owner to run our business. The first V here represents this. Let me type it out quickly. Volatility. The U here have to do with what? Uncertainty. Are we together, please? The C here need to talk of complexity. Complexity. Why the A here stand for ambiguity? I will explain this in a jiffy for us to understand, because this is where we are in Nigeria right now. And you knowing this, it's not just about grammar. It's for you to be able to go back to your business and look at it. Now, for volatility, how volatile is that business right now you are doing? What is the cost of diesel? What is the cost of raw material? What is the cost of transportation of that your business? That is volatility right now. Your business is vulnerable. Now, this is what you need to check now. You need to list, meaning under volatility, you need to track all your expense by tomorrow morning. Please go back and get a plain sheet in your business. Let's do that exercise right now. I don't know how many of us are actually writing here. Can you type in the chat box, I am? If you know you're right, just put I am or I'm on my way. Just type it. How many of you are actually writing right now? Put I am or I'm on my way. Just type it, all of those two. Let me stop here first. How many of us are writing? Just put I am or I'm on my way. I am or I'm on my way. Thank you, John Glad. You're writing. Good. Who else is writing? Can you just type I am or I'm on my way? Okay, thank you, Mr. Chimblin. Thank you, Mr. Eva Global. Just type I am or I'm on my way. I want those things to come in quickly. I am on my way. Good. So, we're talking about what? Volatility. The first point for you to tackle this volatility right now in Nigeria economy with this inflation that is jumping up is where to know how vulnerable is your business right now. Under this V, volatility, sorry, I now go to oral English clue. Don't yab me. The first point here is to track your expenses. Track your expenses. That's what Mr. Temba taught yesterday. Some of us did not attend the class. It talks about how to track your expenses. Because whatever you cannot measure, you cannot manage. Under your expenses, you need to know what are the recurrent expenses that is choking your business right now. And what are those fixed expenses that is not choking your business? For example, your next rent, your landlord is most likely to increase your rent when you are renewing your shop rent. Those of you that have shop, those of you that work from your house, your landlord is most likely going to increase your house rent. That's the volatile situation right now, which can affect your finance. The next thing you look under your volatility now be what? What is the cost of production? What is the cost of production for what you are offering right now? Are there cheaper way you can do that? If what you do require light 24/7, do you need to switch to solar to run the lighting of your place? Yes, it's not cheap, I understand. Or how best can you reduce your cost of production? Under volatility, now how do you automate your systems? Automate your business systems. The receipt you print, those invoices you normally print. I think I have one here. Those receipts that you normally print. This is time to stop printing invoices, please. That alone is an expense to your business, Sama. The era we are now, time for you to start doing e-invoices. E-invoices, e-invoices, e-invoices. Get the customer's number, get the customer WhatsApp number. Tell them that, Oga, I will send you the, what is it called? I will send you the invoice for your WhatsApp. Yes. Because that invoice you are printing, keeping in your room right now is cost. Please, are we together? I don't know. This guy is getting so cold. Can you just put on the chat box? Just type anything you've learned so far in one word from the put it on the chat box. What is that thing you've learned so far? Put it on the chat box. Let me see, please. One word, in two words, just express yourself on the chat box. Put it in the chat box. You can put it on the chat box. Let me see what exactly it is you've learned so far. Just type that in this, what I have learned so far this evening in my dear, please. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ruben. Thank you so much, Mr. John Glad. Voga strategy. Thank you, sir. OS again, let's make this class very engaging. We'll soon wrap up. As I said before, you could see that, as I said in the beginning of this class, a lot of us, you could see that we need magic in our business, but to learn how to make the business grow is difficult. Some of us have not been attending class all this while, and we need change in the business. It's wisdom we need now, not knowledge, not strength. So who else is typing there again? We are more than 18, well, about more than 18 on this class. I want at least 5 people to type what it is they've learned this evening from this training. Thank you so much, Mr. I say state of management right now. What a vocal strategy. Thank you. Who else again? Let me continue. So under your volatility, you need to automate some of your process right now. A lot of things you are spending money, you should not be paying money on right now. Thank you so much, and doctor. So I'm learning how best to conduct my business in the current. Thank you. So you need to what? Under your your volatility, you need to automate your system, track your expenses. Your cost of production, you need to cut it down. What are those things that you don't need? Your services. This is not the era for say, come and check it. It's the era of clarity, which you call it by MOU. Then you're not going to what? Your U, which is uncertainty. Yes. What is uncertainty in your business right now? Pricing, market pricing. Your market pricing is not setting for raw material. That is not setting right now because you think you have stock. So what do we do? That's talking about what? Your research and development. You must check what is the current price in the market every time. You need to know that. You need to check it all the time from time to time. so that you don't end up selling what you have. You cannot go back to restock. If you have money, this is the era for you to what? Bulk buy. What I mean bulk buy? Bulk and buy, bulk and keep. If you have the resources right now. It's not the time for you to keep money in your bank account. This is time for you to convert your money into stock. This is time to do what? Convert your money into stock. Convert your money into stock. Convert your money into stock. Convert your money into stock as a business owner. Now, what are we doing? Why do we need to convert our money into stock as business owner? You might be wondering, do I really need to convert my fund? Yes, because your Naira is of no value right now. The whole system is getting crashed in right before you. A lot of things messing up right now in your present. So what do? You need to what? Your market pricing. This is one thing you need to look at very well. Your market pricing is one thing you need to look at, because under this bogus strategy, V is for volatility, C is for uncertainty. This has to do with what? You are not certain of the price tomorrow. For example, I heard that the northern governors are saying trucks should not come to the south. That alone is an uncertainty around your raw material as a business owner. So what does this mean? You need to do what? Do a proper research. Know where you can go and buy things quickly and stockpile. If you're into the service business, like me, think of how do I diversify my services into other areas. That's one aspect we need to look at also here. Then the what? The C, yeah, is complexity. Complexity. How complex is your business niche right now? Do your staff understand? Do your staff have a proper SOP, standard operational procedure, that can help them move faster? Because if it's complex, they don't understand it. That triggers what? Your cost of production. If your process is complex, people don't understand what you're doing, that automatically will have a ripple effect in what you're doing. So this alone can have a ripple trigger in your business. So that's why under complexity, you need an SOP, standard of operational procedure. Standard operational procedure. As I said before, in the current Nigeria economy, we need to be proactive as business owners. You all subscribed for this training on how to structure your business for more profit. We are under hyperinflation. Your 20 million naira right now in your account as a business owner is 10 million naira. So whatever you think you have in your company's account, divide it by 2. And I said in the beginning, one way you can manage your business right now is to what? Number one, understand the 4 key resources: your human resources, your financial resources, your material resources, your intellectual resources. And I went for that to explain to us this evening in this class is what? You need to understand the 3 key circles right now in Nigeria economy. One is what? Your circle of influence, circle of control, and what? Your circle of concern. The circle of concern is all about the Nigeria price rates. Dollar is killing the Naira. Naira is crashing. Kidnappers are kidnapping people. The northern governors have said they should not bring food stuff to south. All those things are your circle of concern. Now, your circle of influence, your production costs. A circle of influence, you need to look at what? Your staff overhead costs. If you don't have staff, it's a one-man business. You need to cut down on your personal expenses. Now go down your circle of control. What are the things that are within your immediate control? You need to streamline your production line. Some of you are doing so many things right now. This is not the era of we doing everything, the era of doing one specific thing, because the economy will punish you for your actions. The Nigerian economy today is going to punish for your inaction and exonerate you for your proactive actions. And I said something that the best time, with Japanese proverb, they say, the best time for you to plant a palm tree was 20 years ago. And the next best time is today, meaning whatever money you have in your account right now, you need to automatically convert it to your stock in line with your MVP, meaning your minimum viable product. What is that thing that brings traffic to your business? Please put on a chat box how it is, what exactly you've gained so far again. Then, now look at the next one, talk about VOGA, the VOGA strategy. V is for volatility, U is for uncertainty, C is for complexity, and A is for ambiguity. And I said something here, I said, under your volatility, one way you can track your business well is for under volatility, what? You need to what? Track your expenses. What's your cost of production? What? You need to automate your process. Those things that you need to know how to automate your process. Then under your uncertainty, the market price is uncertainty in Nigeria, uncertain in Nigeria right now. Naira is crashing. It has even crashed, not even crashing. The government is working around the clock with the hope that they know what to do, but we all know what is happening. That aside. Then one way you can track your benefit to involve in what? Research and development. You need to research on the current market price. If you have stock right now, hold on and not start selling. Rather, reach your suppliers, know what is the current price range. If you're into services, move faster to reevaluate your services in line with what you are offering and look for other add-on, ADD, add-on services to make you get more enticing offers. Then under your complexity in the vocal sphere, you're talking about VUC. I'm talking about what? You talk about what? Whatever that is complex will lead to wastage. That is to say, you need a clear SOP, standard of operational procedure, knowing what to do, how to do it, when to do it, because in the Nigerian economy today, where inflation have taken charge of the stereo of the country, the system will punish you for your inaction. The things you fail to do is what the system will punish you for, not the things you think you can do. That's to say, you need to be proactive with your actions. You need to ask yourself, what should I do next? How should I do it? There's no time for saying, I hope this will change. No, it's not possible. You cannot say, I hope this will change. That's why I say what here. Under this, I talk about what? Your circle of concern, your circle of influence, your circle of control. Then you need, under the vocal strategy, you need a clear what? SOP. Under your ambiguity, what exactly is happening in your niche market right now? How many competitors doing the same thing you are doing? Do you have the financial strength to match them up? What can you do right now? All these are questions you should find answers to as a business owner. It's not the time for saying, I own XYZ business. It's not the time for you to hold your car key and start giving command through phone. So I will stop here right now to entertain questions. Any questions so far? Let me mute here. Questions. Let's ask questions. We're about to wrap up now. Before our next class, we'll end this class exactly 9 p.m. this evening. Any questions? Do you have any question you want to ask? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Who is speaking? Any question? Any question? Or is complicated? Am I giving so much information that look confusing? Mr. Jude, do you have a question or a okay, let's put any contribution. Let's make it open. Contributions. What is your take about what I've said so far? What have you learned? Unmute your mic and share with us, please. Who is speaking? Mr. Yusuf, good evening. Mr. Kolawole Yusuf, good evening, sir. Ifoma, James F.A., Evan Global, Mr. Ruben.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. What's your take this evening for what I've shared? Does it make sense to you? Does it add value to your business? How do you want to use it? Let's all discuss, please. Mr. Evan Global, can you hear me? Mr. Echo Power, are you on this call?
Hello.
Mr. Yaya Yusuf, Mr. Yaya Usman, Mr.
The,
Ruben.
the network is kind of cracking. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, basically, though, I came in shortly because I've been on the road for some hours. Though I had you coming in saying that based on the rate of inflation at the moment, that instead of just piling or just keeping cash in our accounts, so we should stock our. I didn't get that area very well. That we should go into stocking. Is it to stocking more good, or I didn't get that aspect well because I came in, let me say, at the nick of time when you are about rounding off.
Okay.
Hmm.
Go on again. Any other thing? I'll attend to that. Any other thing
Because
again? For
because
what you've
because
learned,
instead,
how does it add to your business value or you understand what to do?
definitely it will hard by the time, though I'm more into consulting, but nevertheless, just keeping cash at hand with the way things are now is really a bit very challenging because the depreciation value of money is really of big concern. So one has to think of what can one do with the cash at hand. So I think that's advice I need it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Who else again? Thank you so much, Mr. Kolawole, for speaking. Who else again is omitting your mic? Mrs. or Mrs. Buhari Dudu, Mr. John Glad, Mr. Echo Power, Mr. Eva Global, Mr. Yaya, Mr. Jude, Mr. Adeni, Mr. Ephraim, Chamberlain. Are we together on this call? Okay, in the absence of none, I assume that we all understand what to do. Or if you're in a busy place, you can put in your comment or question. Do you have any question? You know why we're asking this? This is going to be the last class for this training. We're wrapping this class up. By next week, we're going to meet you on Saturday. That will be the last class for all these sessions. So please, if you have any question to ask today, feel free and unmute your mic. Because after today, if you reach me, you might end up paying for consultation fee. So that's why it's good we maximize this time. Chat me up, write it here on the chat box if you have any questions on what I've shared this evening. Can you hear me? Temba, can you hear me in the first instant? Hope it's not my audio.
No, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. So, from what we've said this evening, I want to say thank you for your own time.
Thank you for your own time.
Thanks for joining us this evening for this call. Please go back and look at what we've talked about. Look at your business from the VOGA strategy: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. What are the things in my business I need to scale down? Look at your 4 key resources in your business, and also look at your cost for operation. How do you trickle down these whole things? So I believe with this, we can say good night and thanks for your time this evening. I really do appreciate your time and have a wonderful night rest, everyone. Thank you, Mr. John Glad, for your comments.
Sorry, but you did not discuss about what I have. That's what's the best solution for the challenge at hand at this point in time, instead of just keeping cash at hand. How can we ensure we add value to our money or to
Okay,
minimize
sir.
the
In a summary, I will respond to you, but it's as good as you making us want to go back from around 7 when we started till now. We've talked about a whole lot of areas already, but I'll still respond to you. Now, one way you cannot add value to your money right now. I mean the current rate in Nigeria. Stockpiling of cash is suicide right now. That's why you need to go back to your business. Look at your cost board as a consultant. What are the tools do you need that can enable your consulting services? What are the certifications do you need right now that can give your brand credibility and invest that money into those things? If you're into consulting, I don't know what kind of consulting you're into, whether you're into management consulting. What kind of consulting are you into, sir? Let me start with that so I can know what to, the right.
I'm a civil structural engineer.
Okay, good, fine. So as a civil structural engineer, if you're into consulting, then what are the partnership certification do you need right now to kindly enhance your business reputation? For example, what are the tools? You ever saying what, sir?
Pardon? I didn't hear you well.
Now, one, if you look at what are the credibility or certification do you need right now to add to your portfolio? Now, you can look at fine. If you're into consulting, are you into training? Do you do hands-on training? If no, how do you diversify into hands-on training? As consulting, let's be clear, do company engage you to consult with you with respect to structural building design and implementation?
Okay.
How do you put yourself out there to look at, okay, for in this state, Mr. Kola Wole is the person that we know that can come on board. Do you need to invest more in your brand visibility? Because putting 10 million naira in your account, we all know by tomorrow morning it's going to be 9 million naira. By on Tuesday, it's going to be 8 million naira. And by before the week runs out, it's going to be 7. Not that the money will depreciate, but the value. It's a basic economy system that they taught in primary school. In inflation, money lose value. Good. So, as a civil structural engineer right now, let's look at fine. The money in the bank, what do we do with this fund? Do I have certification I need to pay for that will come back to me? For example, now, we paid for our CM, I'm a certified SEMS consultant. I paid money for that training. Now, paying for that training is a way of what? Converting my cash into certification that can enable me charge people next time. So if now, on your own part, look at fine, do you want to diversify into training? Proper training, not consulting right now. I use that there are people, civil engineer around your space. But as a civil servant, I know maybe you have clause that can enable you to do some business. I don't know if you're an active civil servant. I don't know how that clause around there. You know, how do you diversify this income? But keeping money in the bank is not the way to go. Now, it's not the way to go. I'm not into crypto. I'm not into forex trade. But look for other areas where you can diversify your revenue into it. That's what I can advise for now. But say keeping it in the bank and taking that the bank interest will help is suicide.
Yes, clear enough and fair. Like you rightly say, part of it is so I'm into project management also. So I'm only a master in project management. But just like you say, I'm also trying to see other areas I can diversify into. That's to kind of upskill and upgrade myself so that I can be relevant in other beyond the space of civil structural. I'm trying to see some other IT area that could enhance my value. That okay, if there are no design work, what are the other things to do? For example, project management and all that is part of it. So those are part of what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So I strongly believe that if you go through that route, it will be of it will be of great value to your cash, whatever it is you have right now. But stockpiling fund right now is not the way to go. That's what I tell everybody. I mean, yes, you'll get the replay. The replay will give him back. The replay will give him to the people that hit 60% or 70% attendance in our class, sir. So any other question? Okay, in the absence of none, I want to say thank you this evening for your time. We're meeting next week, Saturday by 7 p.m. That will be our last class for all what we've done. So thank you and have a wonderful night rest for your time. I'm grateful. Thanks.
Take care. Good night.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf. Good night, sir.
All right, welcome. All right,
Okay,
thanks.
bye.
Bye. All right, bye.